mean, Georgia did catch themselves in a couple. I mean, quite a few 3rd and longs. I mean, 3rd and 8 pluses.
Yeah.
But it was like no flinch, man. They just were like, all right, cool. We're going to play 7-on-7 here. And Stetson just delivered. I mean, it was even when TCU thought they had them on the ropes and thought they had them behind the sticks and this was a turnover possibility, it was just a dagger over the middle to Brock Bowers. It was like clockwork.
Dagger. Let's go
it
to
was
that.
like clockwork.
Because I have been chief among them saying Bennett is really driving an Army tank. And he is. But he is also a very good driver of that tank. It's never in a ditch. He threw a dart on a dagger. I think it came from left to right. Second window shot. But he threw with conviction, Clint. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gets guys wide open. I think his first or second touchdown to, I forget what 84's name was. I mean, that dude just get it in his vicinity. But he when he does put his foot in the ground with that experience you guys have been talking about and throws with conviction, you know what that's like when you feel something and you're like, press the button, smash the button, let's go with it. He is at that level now. He is at that level now with this team, with this system. I know what my coaches want me to do. I know where my guys are supposed to be. I'm running this shit. I'm running this shit. And
hey, I really am. I really am interested in seeing what this 2-year run does for Stetson Bennett at the next level. I really am. I know he's undersized. I think you couple his size along with how small Bryce Young is. And I'm not putting him in the same category as Bryce Young. I'm just saying size is going to be something that people look at as we move forward here and aren't just over concerned with. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was the first guy a year ago, damn near to the date, where they were leaning on Stetson Bennett to throw the ball about 11 times a ball game before the SEC championship last year. Yeah, since that game, he has come out and lit it up. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like tonight, I'm watching that ball game, and he's spinning the ball around the park really, really, really well. I don't think we give him credit enough for – I'm talking about the arm strength, the arm talent, throwing the ball off platform. I mean, it's not next level. It's not all world. It's not – but, man, he's spinning that son of a bitch, man. Oh. I mean, it's impressive.
It's solid. I don't know how much his ceiling is, but his floor keeps getting better and better and better and better and better. You could put him out there. You know what you've got. Is there a comp to him in the NFL? I mean, he's headed in that direction. Age-wise, it's Lamar Jackson.
Hell, he's as old as a couple of guys that have been there for 4 years, isn't he?
That's right. Really, truly. Stetson Bennett, Lamar Jackson, the same age. Hack, you talked a little bit about that as being an asset, though, coming in.
Yeah, no, I think he's a huge asset. I think his age is an asset. I think his experience is an asset, and I think the confidence he has right now is massive for him. And to your point, I don't think anybody's drafting Stetson Bennett to be their franchise guy, right? But I think they're drafting Stetson Bennett as an asset to their football team, a guy who knows how to win, who's been in a winning culture. Right. Who, to your point though, Clint, isn't gonna necessarily. He's not like deficient enough to where you're sitting there going like, this guy can't play. I mean, there's guys on Sundays playing right now that he could do what they do and how they do it. It's just, I think that element of like keeping him confident, getting him in a building and understanding his role, he could play for a really long time as that guy that's just in your quarterback room, smart, tough, competitive, going to push people. And then if he has to play 2 or 3 games, he's going to win you ball games. And who the hell knows? He might run into a situation where he gets a run, gets hot, turns into a Kirk Cousins or a Case Keenum type of situation.
Or a Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
Good
right.
guy.
Or a Brock Purdy. Yeah, I mean,
if Brock Purdy's doing
100%, man. If he gets in the right situation, it'll be great for him. But I think either way, with his skill set, his experience that he has in his career at this point, a lot of NFL GMs are looking at him as a valuable asset to their team. Just as a really good safety belt that they're never going to have to overpay for.
Heck, you're spot on, man. I mean, look, Skylar Thompson just won a damn game and got a team into the playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, Brock Purdy's out there balling. Yep. Yeah. I'll tell you, I got you one. We've been talking a lot about small quarterbacks here in Houston because we were hoping the Texans get the number 1 overall pick and take Bryce Young. I liken him to Russell Wilson.
Who?
Stetson Bennett.
Interesting.
I mean, that's a high ceiling. I'm just saying a guy that we've seen play a lot. You're talking about a guy that he's not going to just camp out in the pocket and throw your route tree to the – he's not going to throw the comeback to the wide side of the field consistently. A guy you're going to have to move around, a little bit undersized. He gives you an advantage. Hell, he outran a damn a college ball playoff linebacker in a fast defense from TCU. Outran him on a 3rd and 10 tonight for 12 yards. I mean, like, to me, that's kind of the ceiling for a guy like Stetson Bennett. You get in the right system where all the pieces are in place. The expectation is for you to be a backup, and then all of a sudden the starter goes down and your intangibles kick in and you're able to just, like you said, drive the ship.
He's got a lot of Fitzy to him. Like it's like Fitzpatrick. And he reminds me a lot of a guy who played before me at Penn State and Matt McGloin, who went on, he won a couple games for the Raiders. Like he's just like fiery as shit. Guys going to play for him. And he's got like, he's just got,
Remember Keenum got hot against the Vikings for the Vikings.
Hey, here's the thing too, though, George, and this all like there's not very many guys that can do this and are this lucky. But what this cat's done the last 2 years, what Stetson Bennett has done the last 2 years, when he walks into an NFL locker room, nobody's going to look at him and go, man, look at that little bitty shit. Who is that guy walking in the door?
No.
They're all going to go over there and be like, hey, man, respect. What I just watched you do the last 2 years, man, respect. Good to have you in the locker room.
Every NFL player is watching tonight.
No question.
They're all off. It's college football's night tonight. And once again, on the biggest night, back-to-back years, this dude is the one to close the curtain down. Isn't it crazy to think that that's where we're at? I mean, literally a year ago, I'm going, this sumbitch is throwing the ball 11 times a game. And now I'm sitting here and I honestly feel like watching him play and watching him spin the football. If he was 6'3", 6'4", he'd be right there with Will Levis and CJ and Bryce right now. So let me ask you this then. We kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, Clint. We were kind of BSing, but I don't think you heard the question. I want to get it from both you guys. Who gets drafted higher, him or Max Duggan? Ooh. I bet you it's him. Just off of the intangibles. Is that what you're saying? He's so intangible rich, resume rich. Yeah, I mean, you're just the resume rich is the right way to put it. I mean, Max has been impressive for a year. Stetson's blown it out of the water for 2. I think Stetson throws the football better than Max right now. I think he's as impressive, if not more impressive, throwing the football. I think the resume, I think the way the ball comes off his hand, I think all of that is going to push him ahead of Max Duggan. I think that's my opinion. I'm not slighting Max in any way, shape, or form. I just think Stetson, you want to talk about somebody that's made himself some money. I know we talked a lot about CJ Stroud's game against Georgia. Yeah. And while it was a great game and it was the best ball that I've seen CJ Stroud play, and I think CJ Stroud established himself as the number 2 in this draft with that performance. It was lights out. I mean, I'm in on CJ Stroud being an NFL quarterback now. From that, I'm talking about being able to do it all. When you look at what he was able to do, I think that was impressive. But I'll say that Stetson Bennett has done more for his draft stock over the last 3 or 4 ball games than anybody in the country.